Hello, folks. I have something special today I want to talk about in your presence. I need to highlight on this issue of Congo, where the king visited recently from Brussels all the way to Congo to renew the treaties of oppression. It is your responsibility and my responsibility to resist this oppression. It has reached a point whereby now we cannot be free, nothing can be free. We are stuck in this stalemate because we don't highlight on these issues when they occur. When this thing nonsense comes up and the legitimate leadership in place is orchestrating the existence of this oppression, we need to highlight on these matters and discuss them openly without hiding anything. That is the only way we will suppress their existence. And once we suppress their existence, they will not have a leverage or any incumbent regime in place that is supporting their visit and giving them state of honor. We don't understand why in Congo there should be conflict for all those years, and Congolese people have been going through displacement, humanitarian catastrophic endeavors and experiences in the midst of a sitting regime that is puppetry remotely controlled by the Belgium. Those treaties in the 1800s that oppressed Congolese people and made them slaves, they are still existing. We need to come up with a strategy on the ground to leverage on this and create a strong impedance to their existence and escalations. Why did the king visit there? Immediately after M23 tactical guerrilla movement unreached dragon of terror in eastern Kivu. And then the president, instead of using the resources to contain the escalation and encourage debate, he has the capacity to host a Belgian king in the midst of the suffering Congolese people. Does the Congolese really know the history of their country? Or they have been kept in the darkness because the media is controlled by the West? They cannot even highlight the historical past of injustices conducted by these people they are hosting in their own country. What is need to be done is a serious offensive movement. It is so bad, so sad. State resources in Congo can be used to host a Belgian king. Tshisekedi, you need to understand, your colonial masters, even if they hosted you during the time of the exile, does not necessarily mean that you don't have an African heart in you. You can go to an extent to swear allegiance to the king of Belgium. The former colonial masters, how can he come to the country? Why should you be so peaceful to such kind of a enigmatic oppression? Fundamental basis should teach you, and the history should be a reputation of exactly what occurred those times. It is still fresh in the history of Congolese people. You cannot just allow such a person to come and be given 21 gun salute and have a guard of honor by the Congolese army. You should use those soldiers to fight or to create peace in Eastern Kivu where they are necessarily needed, not hosting a king who is in the lineage of the past oppressors of your people. Wake up, Congolese people. Have restoration in exactly what you do and what you stand for as a country. Patriotic people of Congo, they are languishing in poverty for years. UN has been used as a puppet by the ammunition suppliers and the people who are mining gold and diamond in that country. What can be done is we begin between me and you. It is so sad. It is so sad. We cannot witness these occurrences every time now and then by our puppet regimes. The ones that I'm saying we have to do something about to make them responsible because they're using their state resources, the resources that we need to know. Any meeting that took place between the Congolese government and these oppressors who have visited that place recently must be made public for the Congolese people in order for them to understand whether they came to sign the treaties in the name of returning the stolen ancient arts of Congolese people. This is dangerous. It is not something that should be taken lightly by the people who understand what is philosophy thinking. Philosophical thinking is necessary. I need someone to highlight on this matter and discuss this matter openly not hiding behind the curtains or pretending there's nothing, that is, you don't know what is going on. It has taken place. If he came to sign a treaty to extend escalation and oppression, Congolese people, they need to know. They don't need to sit down and wait for this to be done in their midst. We don't have strong men in Africa anymore. Tshisekedi is not a strong man. He's a democratically elected president, and he has a fair age. He is not a strong man who is trying to protect the past deed done by the previous regimes. He is a democratically elected president who can change and transform that country and make it resourceful. But he needs your support, and he needs to be guided, not to sing the song of the past. Not to sing the song of the past. The history of Congo is very dark. From the time of the King Leopold I and the time of the King Leopold II and Bismarck, the Bahrain Conference dictated the terms of ruling Congo in 1800 and how to dissect Africa. Congo is one of the wealthiest and largest Africa country on earth. It's one of the most resource-rich mineral country on this continent. But those minerals, they don't build infrastructure, they don't help the 100-something million people of Congo. They are still swaying allegiance to Francophone. First and foremost, they should look at the situation of the Mali and aim what Mali did and ape it. Not let things just go the way they are going. Some transformation and transition needs to take place. Now there is a man who doesn't protect anything. That is the Tshisekedi. Recently, he signed the incorporation policy into African Federation. Why should such a man be boycotted? He needs to be taught and guided. We don't need oppressors. We need to stand on our own feet so that we can have a mandate to dictate the future of our country, where we need to have a say, not where people will have a say on our behalf. We need to make sure we consolidate our constitution. We write it in our own languages. Our indigenization, the custom, the elder ancient way of methodology of leadership should be established fundamentally to guide our future and our generation, because our currency is our leverage and our culture is our leverage, is the heritage, is the only pride they have. So Congolese people, support your president. Advise him carefully not to sign the treaties of the West, not to sign the treaties of the 1800s, because those treaties might be coming to an end, and maybe that is why the inspectorate puppet regime cowardice from Belgium had to wake up and run to Congo to secure the eligibility of the continuation of the oppression up to date. Fight for your rights.